Braves country.
Good morning. Welcome to Braves Country today. As Freddie Freeman's going to be going up against the Dodgers. That's a Magic Johnson Dodger gnome, obviously part owner of the Dodgers. And that's when I got that, when he first got the part ownership. Okay, the Dodgers come to town. Before we jump into that, really quick, react to yesterday's game. Braves get a big W. They needed to at least split the series. They're at home against the last place team in the division. They squeaked out a series split, so you like that. Once again, I don't know why he doesn't have a steady start in the rotation. I think this might have kicked the door in. Tucker Davidson was phenomenal once again. Excuse me. Tucker Davidson, everything you liked about yesterday. Now, the one thing that I will say, he's a little erratic with his walks, and that concerns you, but he finds a way to pitch around it. He had 5 walks, he had 5 Ks, but he gave up no earned runs. So he finds a way to get around it. I think he deserves a starting spot in the rotation. He hasn't had a lot of control issues over his career in the minors. So I think you have to take yesterday's game with a grain of salt. But Tucker Davidson deserves a shot. Bryce Wilson has pitched well. The Kyle Wright thing, by this time, I feel like we're at this situation with Kyle Wright. He obviously hasn't put it together for Atlanta as a starter. He's getting long in the tooth as far as for a prospect, right? I think there's got to be 1 or 2 things that happens in the very near future. Teach the guy to pitch out of the bullpen because they obviously need the bullpen help. And I think he's got the kind of stuff that could be really helpful coming out of the bullpen. He's only got to go through a few batters. He can hone down 2 pitches. Kyle Wright could be an asset in that bullpen. If you're not going to do that, then use him as draft capital this year to get either starting pitching, a closer, or obviously the need for left field, because the left field pop isn't going to be there unless they make a move. Now, unless they do, the one thing that I could see happening, Drew Waters is hitting a lot better. He's doing a lot better in the minors, and maybe they'll wait for the Super 2 date, which is usually mid-June. So you're talking about around 10 days away from now. Maybe that's a move that they make. But as big a fan as I am as Almonte, he's just, even if he gets out there and hits the way he was in the minors, when he got pulled up in the minors, y'all, you got to understand he was hitting like 400 in a long stretch down in AAA. He's hit 143 since he's been back up to the majors. I know this is the first time we're seeing him, but he has been in the majors for quite a while. And the numbers never lie. He's not a home run hitter. He never has been. So I think Almonte realistically is just a Band-Aid, so to speak. I believe Heredia is a solid center fielder, solid offensively, and then Inciarte is a phenomenal defensive center fielder. I think you can make center field work for the foreseeable future. Pache just hasn't gotten it together with his bat, and who knows if he will this year. Who knows what we'll get out of that. But getting offense with that left field position is going to be key, because you cannot expect Acuna, Freeman, Albies, and Riley to essentially carry the offense every day, along with Swanson when he's hitting well. I know he had a great day yesterday, but let's not go nuts. The guy's hitting 239 for the season. You can't have 4 or 5 guys carrying the entire offense. You need offense all the way through. So left field's got to be something that they're going to start looking at. We are about 7 weeks from the trade deadline. This is when they start deciding if they're buyers or sellers, and this is going to be a big, big series to determine that. If they come out and pitch very well this weekend and maybe take 2 of 3 from the Dodgers, you're going to see a little more pep in their step. If they get swept at home by LA, who's always had their number, even outside the playoffs, seems like the Dodgers always have their number. It's going to be very, very hard pill to swallow for Atlanta fans to see that this team could be a seller as opposed to a buyer. These next couple of weeks are going to be huge. Now, tonight we've got Ian Anderson on the mound. I expect him to pitch much better than he did last time out. At the same token, they've got Urias going to the mound. He's 7-2 with the 3.61 ERA. He had a terrible outing last time out against San Francisco. Was it 5 innings, 6 earned runs? But typically, that's not the Urias that we know. Urias is usually shut down. He's usually a guy that goes 6-7 innings. He gets you to the back of the bullpen. He's everything you want in a starting pitcher. I was a little surprised that he wasn't in the starting rotation last fall in the playoffs, because he's got all the makeup. They used him as middle relief, remember? And you couldn't hit him. You could not hit the guy. He didn't just roast the Braves, he roasted everyone in the playoffs. But tonight, he'll go up against Ian Anderson. And Ian Anderson, obviously, is one of the brighter stars in the Atlanta rotation. Look, we know last time out, terrible outing, 2 innings, 4 earned runs, had a walk, gave up 2 home runs. But I expect him to pitch much better. First of all, he just seems to rise up to the occasion, and I think up against the Dodgers, who have been struggling a little bit offensively, but they're getting a lot of guys coming off the IL today. So it should be a Dodger team that's pretty much at full strength, and Atlanta's going to send Anderson to the hill for that game tonight at 7:20. And then, of course, tomorrow, obviously, this is a 3-game series, and thankfully it's not a Sunday night game. We get them daytime on Sunday. Tomorrow night, 7:15, I believe that's Fox, the mothership. I believe Fox. Kershaw versus Morton. Morton goes out there and pitches a great game. You got a chance. Morton goes out there and can't find the strike zone and nibbles and whatnot, runs his pitch count up until he can't get out of the 4th or 5th inning. Kershaw's going to come out and pitch well. We know that. You're going to have to deal with Kershaw. Getting Kershaw knocked out is like getting him out after the 5th. He's going to go a solid 5 in all likelihood. So Kershaw's going to be a very difficult matchup. Urias tonight's a very difficult matchup. But we do have Anderson and Morton. And then we have Bauer versus Fried Sunday. Holy crap, we remember last time we faced Bauer against Cincinnati. We won the game, but we couldn't get anything going off of Bauer, because they go out and they try to ambush, and Bauer is a student of the game. Bauer knows this, and he's going to get, I guarantee you, we get into like the 4th inning, Bauer's going to be like 20 pitches because we're trying to ambush everything. For the love that is all that is holy, the Braves have got to, if this is not the time, when is the time to start becoming a more disciplined hitting club and work the count, because you've got to get into that Dodger bullpen. You're not going to beat these starters. We're not getting a break this weekend. Granted, we don't face Walker Buehler, but good Lord, the whole lineup is loaded. But you got Urias, you've got Kershaw, and then Bauer. It doesn't get any more difficult than that. This is a tough stretch. If we can win 2 or 3, I will be ecstatic. But honestly, I'm just hoping we don't get swept because that's how good the Dodgers are. They're 33-23 on the season, and most feel like they haven't even came close to playing their ultimate game yet. Everyone kind of feels like the Dodgers are in kind of cruise control. Hopefully they stay in cruise control. I'm hoping there's a little jet lag. I wish the game was a little earlier on Saturday, but it's not, and so it is what it is. Looking at, you know, let's hope for good weather, because last weekend was ruined because of 2 or 3 games getting rained out. That was terrible. Let's see what we got going on in the Atlanta forecast for this weekend. Today, the next 3 days, we're looking at around 30% chance of rain. Today, if we look at the hourly forecast, it looks like this. Let's see what we got going on here. It should be clear sailing by first pitch. They're expecting afternoon rainstorms, but it looks like it'll be cleared up by 7 o'clock Eastern. So first pitch should be good to go. It also looks like that tomorrow, the game tomorrow night, that could be a slight delay. Obviously, weather is always, well, it's weather. It's whether or not you believe the apps. But looking at tomorrow night, it looks like it could be raining up until about first pitch. But I do believe that they will get the game in. And then Sunday, it looks like it's going to be pretty clear weather. So we should get all 3 games in. I know some people are like, hell, I'll take a rain out. They're playing the Dodgers. But you don't want to have to make these games up later in the season because it really puts a tax on your pitching staff. So want to get these games in, because even as difficult it is, they have their 3 best, I guess 3 of their 4 best, because it's really hard to decide whether or not Buehler, Bauer, Kershaw, or Urias, who the hell the 4th best pitcher is. I mean, I would take the 4th best pitcher in that rotation, and they would probably be our ace. But you want to get going because Tuesday we go to Philly for a big series there. So you'd like to get 2 of 3. I'll take not getting swept as a victory, but we obviously want 2 of 3. We somehow sweep them. Maybe throwing a parade on Monday. The Braves tonight have got to work the count. The Braves tomorrow night have got to work the count. The Braves Sunday have got to work the count. I know it's a broken record, but we're getting this every single game where their starting pitchers are going way too deep into games because they're trying to ambush everything. And for the love of God, can we please quit shifting on every single freaking batter? It's making the pitching more difficult than it needs to. There's a reason why for decades defenses were set up the way they were, because it gave you the most coverage. And we have an athletic infield. Let Riley play a true third base. Let Swanson play a true shortstop. Ozzie play a true second base. When we do all these shifts, we take their athletic ability out of the equation. It's absurd. It truly is absurd. Swanson is a solid shortstop. Riley's a phenomenal third baseman. Ozzie Albies, he's damn near elite at second base. He's very, very good. And we all know Freddie Freeman can glove it. Play the defense straight up. I guarantee you that has cost us, what are we, 26 and 28? If we would have been playing straight up normal defense, I guarantee you the Braves have at least 4 to 5 more wins. There's no way they don't, because every day I'm in here going, God, and then they put another one right through the wicket because Freddie Freeman's over there playing freaking goalie. Let him play a true first base. It really is asinine. The analytics in the Atlanta Braves organization is embarrassing because they're always wrong. They always overshift. They're always in the shift. They're always wrong. Let them play. If you're not going to play true defense, then get rid of these athletic infielders and just go get a bunch of freaking DHs to stand around. You can get 3 DHs to go stand on the left side of the infield and just scoop up whatever's going to come near them. If defense wasn't important, Encarnacion would have a job right now. All right, go Braves. You got a tough task, but you know that's a part of the schedule. We knew the Dodgers would come a call, and it's the first time we've played them since the NLCS. But we ain't gonna talk about that because we're gonna get some W's this weekend. Come on, Atlanta. Take yesterday and take that as a stepping stone. And sticker for the love of all that is holy. Use your damn bullpen when you have high leverage situations. I don't want to see Josh Tomlin in a game where it's a 1-run game in the 8th inning because you're worried about wearing that bullpen. We're going to be off Monday. That alone, and we haven't used the bullpen much in the last several days because of the rainouts and the off days. Take advantage of the schedule. Dump your bullpen if you have to this weekend. You've got Monday off to get everyone recuperated. We'll see you on Monday. Go Braves. God, I'll be here if I don't have a freaking heart attack. We'll see you next time.
You're in Braves country.